What a wild ride. Saturday Night Live Season 51, Episode 3, brought us everything from chaotic birthday parties and awkward confessions to horny pop star jokes and musical washing machines, all under the unstoppable energy of Sabrina Carpenter as both host and musical guest. This episode was packed with sharp satire, clever writing, and some truly laugh-out-loud moments. Let's break down what went down, sketch by sketch, so you don't miss a beat. The show kicks things off with one of the most elaborate and instantly awkward cold opens in recent memory. It's Matthew's 30th birthday, and amidst global chaos, shout out to government shutdowns and AI panic, his wife Kelsey is pulling out all the stops for him. Or is she? When Matthew expects to see his own best friends, he's blindsided. Tech Kelsey has actually flown in her own squad, the Kel Squad. Cue a disastrous mix of heartfelt tributes and ultra cringe oversharing as her friends break into a musical retelling of the time Kelsey supposedly went to Nashville to fetch Matthew's gift. But plot twist, instead of focusing purely on the gift, Kelsey gets tangled up with an enigmatic dude named Domingo. There's talk of a Brazilian wax, love triangles, burner phones, and two, Zazen and Cash, all mixed into an oddly catchy musical number that's more revealing than probably anyone wanted. Then, right as Kelsey tries to insist Domingo is in the past, he shows up, shirt open, gold chain dangling, and belts out even more details about his torrid Nashville night with Kelsey. Sabrina Carpenter barely needs to shout, live from New York, it's Saturday night. The mayhem has already arrived. Next, Sabrina takes the stage for her monologue, delivering a self-aware set that riffs on her pop star persona, media misperceptions, and a racy album cover that cared the public. She steers the audience from thinking she's one-dimensional, joking about being horny, turned on, and sexually charged, but then flipping to show off her love for reading her favorite book. The whole encyclopedia. Sabrina's delivery is quick, cracking up at audience members and engaging in a flirty bit that ends with Kenan Thompson's policeman removing her for false arrests. The vibe is loose and playful, letting viewers know she's all in for the night's madness. From there, SNL goes deep into Gen Z parody with SNHK Show My EZ, a fake podcast where tweens debate the got status of Halloween candy. And then, nonsense dials up to 11 when the boys invite Donald Trump as their guest. Trump, portrayed with pitch-perfect cadence, pivots every question about candy and vegetables into brags about world politics, missiles, and George Santos. There's a surreal moment where, unprompted, he admits he won't be going to heaven because Epstein, and the conversation lazily slides back to arguing over who gets to eat what snacks. It's a spot on send-up of Trump's rambling style, but through the lens of child podcasters whose only concern is whether lettuce is chopped, fire, or just cooked. The horror keeps coming, but this time as relatable agony. See a fake preview for a haunted house film where the true terror is that your marathon running cousin, who you half-heartedly promised could crash in the fall, is actually showing up for the weekend with her husband, who brings endless YouTube videos. Plans for a cozy, lazy weekend are replaced with forced dinners, immersive theater, and marathon training stories. It spirals into a crescendo of cringe as you realize, nope, they're staying until Monday. Real-life horror SNL style. Next up is a killer send-up of home shopping TV for Halloween. We meet Flirt Russell and Bam, who sell the world's most awkward, highly suggestive travel neck pillow. With every demonstration, things get weirder. D. The pillow looks like a lady's foot. It vibrates in the wrong places, and every caller just makes everything grosser. This sketch manages to perfectly capture the uncomfortable sexual undertones that seem to accidentally slip into shopping TV, all while maintaining a completely ridiculous energy. It's classic SNL winking, a little bit dirty, and totally over the top. From there, Sabrina and the cast take a detour into the world of hyper-modern feminism at a Queen Lisa Girlboss seminar. Queen Lisa is part motivational speaker, part unhinged dancer, and possibly operating with a severe concussion. Her advice veers from nonsensical, replace your FOMO with FOMA, or whatever that stood for, to the tragically inspirational, mixing, period, empowerment with complete physical collapse as she repeatedly walks into walls and maybe, just maybe, has a brain injury. The debate over whether internalized misogyny is real or if maybe Queen Lisa just needs a hospital is both sharp and silly, a reminder that sometimes empowerment events really do turn into chaos. The next musical number, Gren Time, throws us straight into the hormonally charged awkwardness of a middle school dance. Braces are tightened, cologne is stolen from dad, the gymnasium is buzzing with hormones and zero rhythm. Sabrina leads the charge as pre-teens attempt to grind in every configuration possible while being awkwardly supervised by exhausted chaperones and a principal who, in a shocking twist, reveals she's writing a novel but draws inspiration from adolescent frottage. The sketch keeps escalating until the inevitable buzzkill, the fire alarm. Sabrina's first musical performance is a banger. She belts out Man-Child with a killer blend of pop energy and comedic bite, singing about incompetent men who never really grow up. There's a tongue-in-cheek quality that fits perfectly with the rest of the night's sketches, blending personal frustration with catchy hooks and a gleeful "I'm not choosing them, they choose me" refrain. Then it's time for Weekend Update, where Colin Jost and Michael tear into the week's biggest political clown car moments. They hammer through Trump's antics, George Santos, reformed, persona, crazy mayoral debates, and increasingly wild political misadventures, like new Air Force One sound bites and the proliferation, or lack thereof, of black nominees among Trump's administration. Cheese jokes land with deadpan accuracy, while they also wheel out the movie guy for a completely useless but hilarious take on horror movies. He hasn't seen a single one, but can free associate every title into something absurd, from Shrek to Stewie Griffin. The fake commercial game stays strong with a musical washer and dryer showroom skit where Sabrina and the cast shop for new appliances and get serenaded by sentient washers who sing in 1920s jazz, eat shirts, and promise half dry clothes or worse. Each setting gets a whole musical genre, and, by the end, the couple leaves unsure of whether they just bought new appliances or gained some new singing roommates. The Office birthday sketch takes the trope of cringe-worthy workplace celebrations and turns it inside out. Laura, the surprise birthday target, is traumatized by the experience, leading to passive, aggressive jokes about who earns the most, who's actually in charge, and the existential dread of realizing your CEO mug only means you're addicted to veggie straws. By the end, Laura just wants one thing for her birthday: to know everyone's real salary. Sabrina steps back into the spotlight for her second performance, delivering another emotionally charged, sarcastic song about heartbreak, third-wheeling, and incompetent love interests. The crowd goes wild, and her pop star credentials are on full display. The last major sketch is a meta-social experiment, mocking the way society judges people by appearance. A host fills a theater with people dressed as Frankenstein's monster, only to be constantly disappointed by everyone's inability to not judge a book by its cover, even his girlfriend. The comedy escalates into surreality, including a Frankenstein who's actually dead and of control. Participant who's so unbothered he doesn't even know who Frankenstein is. The sketch ends with a full cast musical number about accepting all the Frankensteins in our lives. A perfect, weird, uplifting SNL finish. As the credits roll and Sabrina gives her heartfelt thank yous, the episode leaves us with one big takeaway. Sometimes the world is totally bananas, but if we can laugh at love triangles, failed career ambitions, botched self-improvement, or even a vibrating neck pillow, maybe we'll be okay. So what did you think? Did you love seeing Sabrina Carpenter take over the SNL stage? Which sketch had you laughing so hard you cried? Or just cringed? Let us know what your favorite moment was down in the comments. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to hit like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more epic SNL breakdowns every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Saturday